This is Justin Pulitzer. This is a video for the week ending September 7th, 2014, and we're going to discuss Tesla. As you all know, I've been involved in this stock for a while. I was interviewed on Benzinga, and I discussed this stock. I've also discussed it a lot on the stream, and I'm going to walk you through my trade. I'm also going to include links to that interview so you can hear in real time that this call was made, that this stuff really does happen. This isn't just after the fact recording. This was in real time, and let's get into it. So February, Tesla had topped out at 265. The stock started to make lower highs and make lower lows and came back down and tested to the 200-day moving average. And then it started repairing and it started coming back up and making a series of higher lows and higher highs. You know that's the kind of pattern we like to see in momentum stocks. And then came back down and established this trend line. So you can see Tesla here is coming back up, and it's having a little bit of resistance here at the downtrend, but then we get this big body candle up, which broke through the downtrend line and also took out this past high, and this was my call to go long the stock. And I had been interviewed this day, actually, in Benzinga. I had already actually been involved in the stock, but this was on 8/7. I'm going to post that link. That the stock was along, and my thought was that it was going to fill up this triangle and retest the old high, and my thinking was that it would probably make a new high at some point as well. But you can see the next day it actually did pull back a smidge just to retest this old high, and wham! This day you got a I know I'm famous for saying this in all my videos. I guess I just don't care because it's not really relevant, but there was a tier 1 firm upgrade of the stock, and whenever there's upgrades near the highs, particularly with a Goldman Sachs type, this wasn't Goldman Sachs, it was a different firm, that it's a time to sell, and I got lucky. I got out of this stock near the highs here, and it did pull back a little bit afterward, but the pullback wasn't very precipitous. There was a lot of discussion here that this stock was going to be a double top here, and that it was just going to completely crater and tank. And that's not what happened. As you can see, the stock kind of just consolidated here, pinned up at the highs. Here you had a little bit of a look above range and it failed. And then the next day you had this look below range and sort of it fell, but with a bit of a hammer. So I had said if anyone was long, this would sort of be the stop, and also for a re-entry over the high of this day, which was the 259.33. And you can see here we just kind of chopped and then came back up here with a little bit of a gap, and at that point we were back in the trade, and the stock was just consolidating here under the highs, just holding high and tight, and then boom, here you got a little piece of China news, and it gapped and held above range, and then here was the slew of short covering, and then here we had the Gigafactory news. And my thinking there was a little bit of, it might be a little bit time to sell the news. You buy the rumor and sell the news. And this day I actually tweeted to take some profits, and you could see again the stock pulled back. I'll show you that tweet. You can see book some Tesla profits, don't be pigs. This was on the 4th at 2:15, and if you take a look, I'm going to go into that candle. You can see that here you are. This is the 1315 that translates into the 215, and you can see I said to sell at the high the high of the day candle. If you'd have filled around the time that I had posted the tweet, you would have got approximately about 290, and it did go a little bit higher after that, but you can see it did pull back a little bit precipitously. With some profit taking and probably some day traders closing out their positions. So the question is what now? What now with Tesla? And my thinking is that as long as we hold over these highs, the 265, the stock is pretty healthy. You can see the 20-day moving average is coming up to that level, which should probably provide some support. You know, I think that stocks over their 20-day moving averages from past videos, I think, is always strong. It's always a sign of strength. Anything below that starts showing a bit more weakness. And you also have this this secondary trend line here that hasn't been violated yet. So my thinking, as long as we could, first of all, the first line is if we could stay over this trend line, of course, anything over there is a buy. And more urgently, if we get over this like sort of reversal day, well, you had a bit of a topping pattern a little bit here, but if we could get over this bar here, this 280, 290, just set the alerts. I think we come back up pretty quickly to test the high and probably get the move to 300. That's my thinking. If this does if this secondary trend line in the 20-day and also this past high if this gives, my thoughts are then we have to start thinking about Fibonacci retracements, and we might come back down to the 50, which also coincides with this little consolidation area, and then possibly even to the primary trend, which takes you down. I don't know where it'll be at the time. Just keep an eye on this trend line. Right now, it happens to coincide really well with this 50% fib, but my thinking is that would probably be a trade for a bounce point. So let's in a very short time frame, we could use the low of the day of this day as a reference point, and like I said, anything over that 265, and for sure anything over this I would say sets the move into action. So I'm going to again post those links for the interview so you guys could see in real time how I discuss the trade around here. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them here, either on YouTube, or I'll probably respond to them actually a little bit quicker. If you want to send them to me, my handle is @JustinPulitzer. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. And please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.